to video 2 of the Tech Portal series. Default page upon logging in is the weekly activity. This is a summary of the job information that you have submitted. Top left is your personal information. Top center is the detailed breakdown of the total approved payouts. Approval statuses. Top right is the total amount you have pending payout. Approved, rejected, action needed on your part to correct and resubmit, and pending approval from supervisor. Job summary. Job submitted will display in the center under weekly date range. You can arrow back and forth between weeks. Payout date depends on the date approved, not submitted. You can edit any jobs that are pending or rejected. Edit a pending job, click on Job Number link. Add Secure ACH. Add the line and click Submit for Job Approval. Welcome to video 3 of the Tech Portal training series. Video 3 will review how to utilize the new Payable Form. Payable Form is accessed by clicking Payable Form on the title bar. The Payable Form is where you submit your job, mileage, and inventory information. Right now we're going to put in some test data for the purpose of training. You're going to enter the date that the job was completed, the job number. You're going to select job type from the drop-down box. You're going to type in the site name for the customer that you provided service to. And you're going to enter in your starting mileage. And your start time and end time, including travel. Click Continue. The next level down is still the same job number, just more details about what occurred during the job. We then select from the item type drop-down what was installed in this case in that job. Let's do a med dispenser install. We're going to install a MedMinder. And we're going to put in the CS number that was installed. We only did one. We have also installed an accessory with this MedMinder. Since I selected MedMinder, the only accessories that will drop down will be those that are compatible with a MedMinder. I'm going to select a 6-foot extension cord. I'm going to hit OK. It's going to show up here as selected. No notes at this time. And add it. This is the current line that I will be getting paid for. If I have other items to add to the job for payable, I can select it from the item type again and say that I also installed a lockbox for this customer. And I select the item that I installed horizontal dial lockbox. Any accessories with this one? None. So I leave those blank and I add it. Once I'm done adding everything that I've done in that job, I will submit the job for approval. You'll notice the red error message at the top pops up and says job requires a contract. This is because it is an installation job. You will then click the Browse button and upload the picture or the scan of the completed contract information and then submit the job for approval. You will get a green message saying job submitted successfully. To double check in the beginning, double check to be sure that your jobs are indeed submitted, you can go back to your weekly activity and look at the date that you installed. 119, MedMinder, and a lockbox. This provides you with the job summary, the amount, and the miles traveled. You'll also notice that your pending number has increased because that is the number of jobs and money that's pending approval for payout. Let's go back to our payable form and let's submit a different type of job. Let's do a service job. Same process. I'm still going to do 119 as my service day. I'm going to do job number. Job type this time is service. These are all required fields, by the way. Site name for this one, I'm going to do test 1. I'm going to do my mileage. I think it was 190 to 250. Quite the travel that time. And I'm going to enter in my time. This time I did service to a PERS unit. I select the unit that I provided service to, the GM2000. I will enter in the CS number. And I needed to add a external speaker and add a line. You'll see the information that you submitted above displays down below. And that's all we're going to do for that one. Submit job for approval. Job submitted successfully should appear at the top. Again, you can go back to your weekly activity, go to the date of submission, and see that service job listed, the amount of money that I get paid for that job. The information loaded in here is test data, just as a reminder, and the miles that I have accrued through that job. Let's say I also do, on the 19th, another service job, but I'm picking up equipment. I'm going to enter in that job number. That's a service job. Site name is canceled customer. The odometer is 270. And this is my last job of the day, so I'm going to enter in the mileage it took me to go home. And I'm also going to enter in my travel time and time to complete the job. So I'm picking up a PERS unit. I'm picking up a G4000. I'm picking up the CS number. And to indicate that I'm picking it up, I click the pickup box, which lets the software know that I have the unit in my inventory now, and it's no longer in the patient's home. I click Add a Line, and I submit the job for approval. Notice that press OK to confirm last job of the day, a box pops up. It's making sure that you know you entered in that third end of day odometer. The end of day odometer is what processes the payable for your daily mileage. We're going to select OK because it is the last job of the day. Job submitted successfully. I go back to my weekly activity to check, and I should see that pickup indicated here. So that G4000, that specific CS system, and my pending payables. So through this testing, I can see that my pending paycheck has increased, and my approved has not moved, and my rejected has not moved because they have not yet been double-checked by my supervisor for payout. So an important recap for the payable form. This is the main form. You will be entering your job information, your mileage, and inventory information. This will replace your weekly payable and inventory forms. It is best to do this daily, either directly after the job is completed or at the end of the day.
Welcome to video number 4 of the Tech Portal series. No-shows are entered on a separate form in the portal so it can be flagged to reschedule within customer care. Click on No-shows. Enter in job, date, job number. Select job type from the drop down. Enter mileage, your job notes, start and end time, including travel. Submitted no-shows will be listed at the bottom center of the page with the same statuses as the job submission.
Similar to the weekly activity, where it shows your summary for job submissions, here is where you will see anything that's rejected. And when you see a red rejection, that means it requires some action on your part to fix the rejection and resubmit the job for payable. Welcome to video 5, the final video of the Medmon Tech Portal training series. The final tab we're going to review is how to submit your training. Training is paid out in a little bit of a different way than job payables. So you will click on training, first and foremost, select the date of your training. We're going to put this one, actually let's put this one to earlier this week on the 16th. From the drop-down box, you will select the type of training that you are submitting to be paid for. The first type is field. This is for if you are a brand new technician or you ride along with an existing technician to learn a new type of equipment, your first interview. Welcome to video 5. of the Installer Portal training series. Video 5 reviews how to submit your training submissions for pay. Training submissions are for hourly pay are entered on a separate form in the portal. To do this, you click on the Training tab, select the date the training was performed. From the drop-down box, select the type of training that was received. Field training is for ride-along. If field training is selected, you would type in the name of the tech that you rode along with. And you would select from the drop-down box the technician. And then click Submit. This is directly tied to the job submitted by the trainer you select. The next type of training that can be paid out is for a meeting. When we have a conference call, when we have other meetings that you may attend on behalf of Guardian. You would select meeting. In the notes field, you would add what type of meeting. For this purpose, we will put conference call. And we would put in the amount of time we spent on the conference call. 30 minutes, we would submit. You'll see a similarity in the status. These are all pending. If there's a rejection, it would say reject, and you would edit it to make a change depending on what the comment says, and then resubmit. The last selection that's available for this hourly training submission would be for other. This would be in the event that a job went extremely over and you have approval. For additional hourly rate. Example would be performing an alarm service call, something out of the norm from an original installation. Then you would add the number of hours involved. Note is required. So this was an American House install. Submit. So they all go to pending, to be approved by your supervisor, to be paid out. Now we see here that we've connected my training in the field to Joe Scott for 116. So say that I am Joe Scott and I have to log that I performed field training with a new employee or subcontractor. That is done on the payable form because it is paid per job. Anything paid per job is done on the payable form. That's an easy way to think of it. Per job, payable form, hourly training is a different tab. So let's edit a current job we had because I forgot to say that I had a new tech with me on the 16th. So I'm going to edit the job, and I can still edit it because it's pending. So I'm going to go in, hyperlink, edit the job, tells me the status up top. My current reimbursement is $65. I worked on it for an hour. I drove 73 miles. Kind of a summary for that job. But I forgot to add that training. So I'm going to go back to this item type, and I'm going to select job training. And in the notes, I will write along with whomever went with me. Click add a line. You see it shows up here as a third line item on your job. You'll see that your reimbursement has changed. Then we resubmit the job for approval. Job is updated successfully per the message at the top. Go back to your weekly activity screen to view. And you can see that it is added there, and it is still pending. Let's look at one more thing before we close out the series. I want to look at, I see that I have $84 in rejected work. So I don't want $84 in rejected work, so I want to fix whatever the problem is. Because this is a test database, there's no notes in here. However, let's go in and fix something and resubmit it just so you can see how it changes it. So I'm going to go into my rejected jobs, click on it, and I'm just going to edit this because I put in the wrong CS number. I swapped the wrong digits in the last 4 of my CS number. So now all I have to do is resubmit the job for approval. Job was updated successfully. I can go back to my weekly activity tab, see that that job is no longer rejected. I have a clean slate of 0 in my rejected column, and my pending has again increased. Throughout the week, as jobs are getting approved by my supervisor, I will see my approved pay grow and my mileage change. The details of that, again, are in here. It's a breakdown. So you should be able to see based on how much you get paid per install, per service call, what has been approved and what is still waiting. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your supervisor, anything related to this portal. And we are very excited for this to go live, and we think that this will save a lot of time with your manual paperwork for mileage, inventory, and overall job information, and provide a more seamless process. So please reach out. Again, any questions, we are here to help you, and enjoy the day.